41, Dave Roberts, who's not faced Atlanta in a couple of years. Out to the mound, he'll be squaring off against Jerry Royster when we come back right after this message. He's a man you get to know. The name of the family drug center nearest you, call 681-5300. Jerry Royster wears uniform number 1 for the Braves, swinging a weighted bat over to the right side of home plate. Dave Roberts, as I mentioned, has not faced this ball club in a couple of years, but he has made 2 starts for the Cubs so far this year, and the veteran left-hander has done very, very well in both of them. If he can give the Cubs consistent pitching in that starting role, it'll take a lot of pressure off, of course. Nice to have a lefty in that starting rotation that can get the job done consistently, and that's what Roberts is aiming to do for the Cubs this year. He has started out on the injured list for a while. Getting off of it, he's done an excellent job. Had started a couple of games, and one of them he went the distance in the last outing down at St. Louis last weekend. Allowed the Cardinals 7 hits. Didn't walk anybody and didn't strike out anybody. And he won over the Cardinals here at Wrigley Field in his start before that. Royster hitting 279, little guy with a lot of speed, and the first pitch of the strike call in the ball game is underway. Wide straightaway stance for him, choking up in the bat about 4 inches. The wind-up by Dave, the pitch, fastball outside, 1-1 to the right-hander. He has a home run this year and 13 runs batted in. Normally associated in a Braves ball club with a lot of homers. There's a bunt on the third base side of the plate, picked up by Rader. Quickly gets a throw down to Buckner at first base, and Royster is out of there trying to drop a bunt down the third base side. And Rader pouncing at it like a cat. So there's 1 away, and that'll bring up tall right-handed hitting outfielder Barry Bonnell, batting .229. Doesn't have any homers. 6 runs batted in for Bonnell. They lost very fine young outfielder Brian Esselstein just a couple of nights ago. And a freak injury. Fastball by Roberts, and the lefty gets an in for a strike. Esselstein, they have an open fence down at the Atlanta Braves ballpark, and Esselstein trying to climb that fence. There's a swing and a foul back out of play, and his spike catch in it, and he wound up fracturing his ankle. They believe that Esselstein will probably be out for the rest of the year. They brought up young promising third baseman Gary Maddox to take his place in the roster. 0-2 pitch. Just missed outside. Ball 1, strike 2. Gary Matthews in the on-deck circle. They've lost his services for a while this year. 1-2 pitch. Fouled out of play to the right side, and the wind is going to carry it way back in deep. In and out of the hands of a couple of customers. Ball 1, strike 2. Mentioned to you earlier, tomorrow's going to be T-shirt day. That's for all you kids 13 and under. There's a pitch and a ground ball over the pitcher's mound. Striking it is to Jesus, and he'll have no play. And Barry Bonnell, with a little bouncer high over the pitcher's mound, reaches with an infield single. That'll bring up Gary Matthews. Set it back to 60 times so far this year after coming off the disabled list. The right-hander, quick bat, 14 base hits at .233 average, and he'll wind up the season hitting far, far better than that. He has a half a dozen homers already among his base hits. He's got some power. Straightaway stance, right-hander, driven in 10 runs. Bonnell taking the lead at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. That ball sunk sharply on him. Here's a stretch by Dave. And the pitch. Matthews takes it the ball outside. And a little low. Ball 1, strike 1. Matthews with a double, a triple, and 6 home runs. 8 extra base hits out of a total of 14. Here's the pitch. Puts a little extra on it. This is low. Ball 2, strike 1. Cubs are scheduled to go against the young Mickey Mailer out here on Sunday, but in between this one and that one on Sunday, they'll look at old nemesis Phil Niekro tomorrow. 2-1 delivery. Matthews, a swing and a tap foul. Comes back on the line of the plate from first base. Comes off the wall, and they find a bat boy will retrieve it. Ball 2, strike 2. Yesterday was an off day for all of the clubs in the National League. Some action over in the American. Baltimore's Jim Palmer shut out the Yankees 1-0. There's a swing and a hard ground ball left side. Backhanded by DeJesus. Boyle throws to second for the relay. And they get a double play. A beauty. DeJesus moving quickly to his right backhand of the ball. Wheeled it to Trio over to Buckner, and the Cubs come up with their 34th double play of the year. The Braves are retired in the first inning with no runs, 1 hit, and nobody left on the bases. Cubs come to bat against right-hander Preston Hanna, no score. General Finance, friendly Bob Adams.
Terry Potterfield here, Bob, for a home repair loan.
That can be easily arranged, Terry. Some damage at home?
Yeah, our little Binky is getting kind of playful.
What breed is he?
He's an American buffalo, Bob.
A buffalo?
The wife heard they were an endangered species, so we took one in.
You must have a big house.
You bet. 2 bedrooms.
Is there room for all of you, Ken?
Oh, sure, unless Binky chases a car. He likes to bring him home, Bob.
I see.
And this morning he was sleeping at the foot of our bed when he hears the milkman.
He sleeps with a buffalo.
Binky just ran right out to lick his hand, so we need a loan.
I don't follow.
Binky can't open the door, Bob.
Oh, so he just went right through these. Right. Well, I'll get to work on your home repair loan,
Oh,
Terry.
thanks, Bob. Sit, Binky. No, not there.
When you need financial assistance, General Finance has a plan to fit your needs.
Find out why it makes sense to call General Finance for their person-to-person Bob Adams service. General Finance has the professional experience and the particular plan for your particular need. There are 70 General Finance Chicago area offices. Call friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $10,000. Call Andover 32020. Also, an office in major downstate cities.
DeJesus, who started that double play, is going to be leading off. He carries a 5-game hitting streak and a .268 batting average into this action with a couple of homers and 8 runs batted in. A T-shirt day tomorrow. 15,000 of the T-shirts will be given away to kids aged 13 and under. And each child must have a fully paid admission tomorrow. Bleacher tickets will not be included. Tomorrow, the Cubs and the Braves. Preston Hanna, 23 years of age. Up 6'1", 185. Starts the windup. Fastball swung on, and he is quick. That's the first time we've seen him. And that ball was in on DeJesus in a hurry. Fouled it back for strike 1. Has a tendency to be a little bit wild, but he has posted 4 wins in his 9 starts this year. Line delivers fastball a little high. Ball 1, strike 1. He struck out 31, and he's walked 35 in 47 innings. 1-1 delivery. Fastball up in the shoulders, fouled back into the upper deck, which is vacant today. Ball 1, strike 2. 3 fastballs so far. Joe Malfitano and Cookie Rojas in the coach's boxes for the Cubs at third and first. Okaroba, the catcher. And a wind. Goes to a breaking pitch, and he misses outside. It's 2-2. He had one great outing against the Giants this year. Beat them 1-0, went 7 innings in it. 2-2 pitch. Fouls back out of play. Fastball again. And he allowed that hard-hitting Giant ball club out at Candlestick only 1 hit in those 7 innings. And he beat the Phillies in his last outing 5-3. Went 8 innings in that one. And in the windup, and DeJesus swings and a ground ball to the second baseman. Royster's up with it. Tosses one over to the all first baseman, the rookie, Dale Murphy, and there's one away. That'll bring up Greg Gross. Got out up at Montreal in his last game on Wednesday night to end a hitting streak in which he had hit safely in 14 straight games that he had started in. Carries a .337 batting average with a homer and 15 runs batted in. Bonnell in center, shading him well over into left center field, and the right fielder is shallow. Hanna delivers a strike call to fastball. After they recalled Hanna last year from the minors, he appeared in 17 games. Breaking pitch, he took a lot off, he swings and bounces it foul. Cookie Rojas gracefully takes a step towards the right side to avoid the baseball. Strike 2 count on Greg. I said the one thing he's been working on is breaking pitches and, of course, better control. His earned run average, fairly high, 3.45. Takes his time with hands in front of the chest. Now the windup, and the fastball is high and away. Ball 1, strike 2. Cubs beat faced the Braves 2 out of 3 down in Atlanta this year. 1-2 delivery. Jams him with it, and a deep drive, right field, going back is Matthews. He's there. Reaches up and he hauls it in. Got back out there in a hurry, and there are 2 gone. Bases are empty, no score, and Buckner stepping in has missed the 3-game series up at Montreal. Hampered again by a bit of a leg injury. But he says he's feeling fine now, and he came out yesterday, along with Mercer and Olivares, to take some batting practice in the Cubs' day off. Steps in, hitting .320. Left-hander takes, and Hanna misses down low, ball 1. Buckner with a homer this year. This 16 runs batted in. Here's the windup, the pitch. Takes one right down the middle of fastball, belt high. Ball 1, strike 1. As Burroughs, Bonnell, and Matthews in the outfield. And Matthews again fairly shallow and way off the right field line. Figuring Hanna's with his fastball, Buckner not able to pull it. Goes after that pitch and gets under it, fouls it off the facade of the upper deck, and downstairs she comes and almost wound up in a hot dog wagon. Almost splattered the mustard with that one. Ball 1, strike 2 on Buck. Bonnell shading him well over into left center field. And Burroughs guarding the line in left, fastball. This kid is quick. Bounced it foul. Back out of play, 1-2. Terms out to rookie umpire Joe West at first base. They had a bunt single in the top of the inning against Roberts, and he was snuffed out on a very fine double play. Now bases empty, 2 gone, bottom of the first, Hanna in the windup. Swing and a ground ball off his glove, rolls out to the shortstop, picks it up, throws. He is safe at first base despite the long stretch by 6'5" Dale Murphy. Oh, he is on with a base hit, and caromed off the glove of the pitcher over to the shortstop, and Hanna glaring at Joe West, the first base umpire. It was close, but he ruled him safe. And that'll bring up Larry Bittner, batting .241 with 2 homers and 11 runs batted in. Started the 3 games at Montreal at first base. Today he's in left field with Kingman being benched because he just has not been hitting. Pretty good lead by Buckner at first base, and Hanna steps off the pitching rubber. Doesn't make a throw over there. Right-hander delivers. Fastball. Bittner takes the strike on the inside corner, just below the belt. Matthews is more over to right field towards the line for Bittner than he was against Gross or Buckner. Here's the delivery. Breaking ball, and it caught the outside corner. And Bittner not very happy. From Hanna's standpoint, those 2 pitches were perfect. One on the inside edge of the plate, and the breaking pitch caught the outside corner. And he's jumped out in front, 0-2. 23 years of age. Here's the delivery. Fastball. Fouled out of play. Still 0-2. And that one finally wound up coming down on the net behind the plate. Bleachers are pretty well filled up today. We expect a big turnout here tomorrow. T-shirt day. Get a good lead by Buckner. Comes to the plate. Misses high and away. Ball 1, strike 2. But he's been out in front of the hitters. So he's not been played with violence so far in this first inning. Hanna had only pitched 60 innings in the majors coming into this season. Now he's worked 107. Given up 4 home runs this year in the 47 innings he's worked. Right-hander delivers, and Bittner goes after that breaking ball, laces a foul drive over the heads of the Atlanta bullpen crew. Ball 1, strike 2 remains the count on Larry. Montreal tonight plays host to the San Francisco Giants. They're a half game behind the Cubs. The Giants a game and a half in front of Cincinnati in the Western Division. No score. Bottom of the first. Buckner goes. Bittner and misses for strike three. The side is retired as Hanna changed up on him a bit. No runs, a hit. The Cubs leave one man on, and at the end of one full inning of play at Wrigley Field, no score. When Atlanta got Jeff Burroughs prior to last year from the Texas Rangers, they got him for that home run power, and he walloped 41 homers for him a year ago and drove in 114 runs. Now, this year, he is the leading hitter in the National League at this stage of the race with a .338 mark. 49 base hits for Burroughs, the right-hander. Only 4 of them, however, are homers. He's driven in 24 runs in the first 2 months of this season. Solidly built right-hander. Burroughs to be followed by the rookie, Dale Murphy, and then the switch-hitting catcher, Biff Bocaroba. Roberts' first pitch. High and away with a fastball to Burroughs. Ball one. Dave yielded a bunt single to Bonnell in the first inning. 1-0 delivery. Burroughs looks at a strike, a fastball. The Detroit Tigers shaded Milwaukee in the other American League action last night. Well, Kansas City rolling along pretty smoothly now. Walloped Seattle. Here's a swing. He uppercuts that one. It's a high foul. Later giving chase, but the wind is going to carry it back in out of play in the first base side, about 4 or 5 rows. And it's 1-2 on Burroughs. And Texas defeated Minnesota 10-7. Mike Marshall, who has been pitching superbly in relief, finally suffered a loss for the Twins. Kansas City now has won 7 in a row. White Sox tonight go after their 6th straight win. They'll be at Kansas City. 1-2 pitch. Sexy swing, and Roberts is a little bit low. Ball 2, strike 2. So somebody's winning streak is going to come to an end at Kansas City tonight. Dave steps back. The left-hander delivers. Burroughs looks at a fastball too high. It's 3-2 on him. Outfield swung around to the left and deep for him. Mercer way off the right field line. He looks right down from his spot, second to third. There's a swing and a deep drive right center field, but Mercer's in the track of it. He was playing him almost perfectly. All he had to do was go a few steps farther towards center field, and he nailed it. Here comes the big rangy rookie, Dale Murphy. They list him at 6'4", but he's more like about 6'5" or 6'6". Got him as a catcher, signed him as a catcher initially, but he's been used at first base this year. Hitting only .207, but he's got some power, and he takes the first pitch of ball away. Right-hander, has 2 homers, 15 runs batted in. Straightaway stance. Swings and he misses. 1-1. He has struck out an awful lot this year. Spanned 37 times in 150 at bats. He has tremendous potential. 1-1 delivery. And Murphy bounces a ground ball left side out of Burroughs to his left. Clubs it, throws to first base, and Murphy is out of there. Roberts, when he's right, says he's going to get a lot of those ground balls. Base is empty for the Braves. No score, top of the second inning. And Biff Bocaroba stepping in, batting right-handed against Dave. He's a .262 hitter. Has 1 homer and 15 runs batted in. Gave him a long-term contract. He swings at the first pitch, bounces it foul into the Cub dugout behind third. All the other action will take place tonight in the majors. 0-1 delivery. Fastball, and he's outside. Ball 1, strike 1. Over the top of that one, a swing and a one-hopper out to DeJesus at shortstop. Ivan straightens up to back to Buckner, and the sign, Buckner, and the side is retired in order. One-hopper to short, and the Cubs come to bat. Facing Preston Hanna, Bobby Mercer, Manny Creel, Steve Oliveras. No score. Bobby Mercer was out here taking extra batting practice yesterday. He, along with some of the Cubs in the front office, have taken a look at some of the films of his work. Let's see whether or not it's going to pay off for him. Before Bobby stepped in against Preston Hanna, let's take a moment for station identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
And this is WGN Radio Chicago.
Bobby stepped in, hitting just .239 with a couple of homers and 19 runs batted in. Vince Lloyd and Lou Boudreau. I know that the rumors circulated that Mercer was probably going to be traded. Bob Kennedy, the general manager, says forget it. Hanna in the windup. Mercer gripping the bat at the knob. Here's the first pitch to him. A fastball swung on and a drive to center field, but Bonnell is there. Had to move in just a step and a couple to his right. But he hit that one with a little authority, didn't he?
Yes.
Pretty quick with the bat on it. Here's Manny Trio, carrying a .270 batting average. He's been a consistent hitter throughout the first 2 months of the year. And a pair of homers for Manny with 20 runs batted in. On this starting lineup, he leads with 20 RBIs. Mercer with 19. And a wind. Fastball. And it's caught the inside corner right at the belt. He's got a good smooth motion. 6'3", 6'1" rider, about 185. Misses with that one at the knees. 1-1. Buckner got a single off the pitcher's glove, turned over the shortstop side. Each team with just one hit. There's a bunt single. There's a ball a little low. Ball 2, strike 1. Beautiful breeze coming in off the lake today. 2-1 delivery. In very tight with that fastball. Manny had to stretch both arms up high. Make that already slender waist of his shrink down to about 22 inches to avoid that one. And the count goes to 3-1. This is the first hitter that Hanna has been behind on. Right-hander in the windup, 3-1 pitch. A swing and a well-hit drive right center field. Who's going to get to it? Nobody. It's in there. Backhanded by the right fielder Matthews. Wheels a throw in too late. A stand-up double for Trio into right center field. Well, he got behind for the first time, and he pays for it. That's for Trio, his 7th two-base hit of the year. And Steve Olivares, who was also out here working on his hitting yesterday, stepping in. He's hit some pretty good shots, but he is still struggling at the plate insofar as the numbers are concerned because his batting average is at 167. Doesn't have any homers, driven in 3 runs. As a left-hander, Steve is batting .206. Of course, he's batting lefty against Hanna. Runner in scoring position. And the pitch. Swung on. He had a good cut. Fouled. It's back out of play. Cubs with a pair of hits off Hanna. Curveball by the right-hander. Caught the outside corner. 0-2. With the wind blowing in, that outfield is not playing as deep as they normally would for a lot of hitters today. Most of the time, so far this season, the wind has been coming in at Wrigley Field. A little change. Long look at second to pitch. Fastball. Threw it by him for strike 3. I knew he had a good fastball, though, but boy, he's even quicker than I thought he was.
Well, he has a nice fluent motion and then brings that arm around fast. He's quick. He's got better control with his curveball than in the past today.
That's the one thing I guess he's really been working on. So with 2 out, Trio still at second. The 8th man in the Cubs batting order, Dave Rader, stepping in. Left-handed hitting catcher, batting .239. With a homer, 12 runs batted in. Fastball to him, and he fouls it down the left field line, out of play. Cubs with 24 home runs as a team. Only 9 of those 24 have been hit here at Wrigley Field. They have 10 fewer home runs than the opposition has against Cub pitching. Atlanta has only 20 homers at this game. 0-1 pitch. Fastball almost hit him in the feet. Got into the dirt and bounces back to the backstop, and that'll be a wild pitch permitting Trio to go to third. That is the third wild pitch this year by Hanna. And a count on Raider, 1-1. For the Cubs, their 45th game of the 1978 season. 1-1 delivery. Swung on, ground ball. Off the glove of the diving third baseman. Picked up at a shortstop. The throw is not in time, and the Cubs lead 1-0. Long stretch by that big, rangy rookie first baseman. Gilbreth at third dove to his left. Deflected the ball off his glove. Went behind him and to his left, and the shortstop, Pat Rocket, came over, picked it up in a hurry, over the top of the throw. Let me tell you, it was close, but Raider managed to beat it by just inches. Dave bringing in Trio, so that wild pitch is costly insofar as Atlanta is concerned. Here's Dave Roberts going after the first pitch and fouling it back out of play. He's one of the few 500 hitting pitchers in baseball, Roberts is. 3 for 6. With a run batted in. 2 strike 1. White Sox will be in Kansas City tonight. The pitch. Swing, and there's one hit deep to left field. Well tagged. Way back. Goes Bittner. Gets it to tie a home run. This game is all tied up. Gilbreth getting his first home run of this season. And his 12th career home run. Roberts has just given up his first home run of this season. 1-1 ball game now. And here's Rocket at bat. The shortstop. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Rocket hitting 132 with no home runs and 4 RBIs. Swing, a line drive. That's trouble down the right field line. Mercer coming over, grabs it, and then protects himself as he goes against that wall. It's padded in right field. The ball was slicing away from Mercer, but he moved quickly to make an outstanding catch, saving an extra base hit against the Cubs. 1 out, and here's Hanna. Hanna's a right-handed hitter. First pitch by Roberts. Swinging a one-hopper. Right to the Jesus, who has it. Throws the first, 2 out. That ball was hit sharply, but right at the Jesus. Now the top of the order, here's Royster, who tried to get on with a bunt to open up this ball game, but was thrown out by Raiders. Royster, right-handed hitter. First pitch by Roberts. High outside, ball 1. 2 outs, nobody on base. The home run by Gilbreth has tied up this ball game. Next pitch is outside, ball 2. Roberts now pitching from behind. That is not his style. Here's a swing and a high fly ball, short left field. Bittner coming in, calling for it under it, squeezes it for the out. 3 out. But in the inning, the home run by Gilbreth gives the Braves 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left on base. And now with the Cubs coming to bat in the 3rd inning, Cubs 1, Atlanta 1. When you buy a car, how do you want a salesman to treat you? A little respect? A little dignity? Should the salesman be helpful, informative, polite, courteous? All these things?
Well, your Chicagoland Oldsmobile dealers aren't perfect, but every day they're trying to make buying an Oldsmobile as pleasurable as owning one. How? Well, with the attitude of warmth and confidence in their product. Confidence in Oldsmobile. Your gallant men of old believe in building a long-term relationship with a customer, and that means the type of sincerity and honesty that puts people at ease. It's why you'll feel comfortable in an Oldsmobile showroom. So visit your Chicagoland Oldsmobile dealer today. Find out how they can make car buying a pleasure for you. Second time around for the Cubs now. DeJesus will lead off. He grounded out to the second baseman Royster. First time at bat to open up this ball game. A 1-1 ball game. DeJesus will be followed by Gross and then Buckner. DeJesus is swinging a hot bat. Montreal series, he was really hot. Getting on base, hitting the long ball. He now has 2 home runs for the season. First pitch on its way by Hanna. Fastball, fakes the bunt, takes the high fastball. Ball 1. Gilbert at third. Moved in quickly as DeJesus was going to bunt that ball. Now the 1-ball pitch is a strike call. Right down the middle. Braves have Burrows in left, Bonnell in center, Matthews in right. 1-1 pitch, curveball for a strike call. Hanna has started 9 games. This is his 10th. But he's yet to complete the game. So his history is that he runs out of gas in the 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th inning. Throws a lot of pitches. That one is outside, and now the count is 2-2. DeJesus levels the bat over the plate. Here's the pitch. Checks his swing, asks for the appeal. The catcher, Pocoroba, asks for the appeal, but nothing is given by Jim West. The umpires will not ordinarily give a sign unless another umpire asks for the appeal. It's not the catcher that asks for the appeal. Low, ball 4. So DeJesus starts the 3rd inning with a walk. That is the first walk issued by Hanna. The 36th issued by Hanna this year. Now here's Gross at bat. Fly deep to Matthews in right field. Matthews plays him very shallow. Hanna into the stretch, throws to first, and DeJesus gets back with a diving fly. Now Gross levels the bat over the plate. The stretch, the pitch, fastball for a strike called. On Gross, Buckner due up next. Cubs have 1 run on 3 hits. Atlanta, 1 run on 2 hits. One of the 2 hits, a home run by Gilbert. Fortunately for the Cubs, nobody was on base. Now DeJesus takes his lead off first base. Murphy, first baseman, holding him on. 1 strike pitch. There goes DeJesus on the hit and run, and the ball is fouled into the Braves bullpen. Gross trying to pull that ball into the hole at first base. Fouls it into the bullpen. Strike 2 now on Gregg. Gregg makes contact. He has only struck out 5 times this year. Another throw to first, and DeJesus gets back safely. Hanna set. Here's the pitch. Outside, just missing it at 1-2. Even though Gross has 2 strikes on him, Herman Franks will hit and run. He picks out the pitch that he thinks that Hanna will get close to the plate and force Gross into swinging. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The throw to first. Once again, DeJesus dives back safely. Nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A 1-1 ball game. And a set. Checks the Jesus. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul out of play. The count remains 1-2. Ladies' Day crowd here today. Bleachers somewhat filled. Hannah gets her sign from Pokarova. Now goes into the stretch, checks the Jesus over his left shoulder. The pitch, the curveball tap foul off the foot of Gross. The count remains 1-2. To complete that American League schedule, with the White Sox at Kansas City tonight, Cleveland is at Milwaukee, Baltimore at Seattle, Boston at California, Minnesota at Detroit, New York at Oakland. In the National League, Pittsburgh will be at Cincinnati, San Diego at New York, St. Louis at Houston, San Francisco at Montreal, Los Angeles at Philadelphia, all under the lights tonight. Now we're set. Gross revels the bat over the plate to Jesus with a good lead at first base. Hannah is ready. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Fastball, double play ball to second baseman. Royster the rocket. Rocket throw to first in time. A double play. And that is the 35th double play for Atlanta. So each team has hit into a double play today. And he races to Jesus from the bases. Now with nobody on, here's Buckner. Infield hit. First time at bat. Buck now hitting about 322. He's had 3 days of rest because of a pulled tendon in the leg. He was out yesterday, getting a little extra hitting. First pitch is a let up high, ball 1. First time that Hannah has shown the Cubs the let up. Won't throw it too often. Picks his spot. 2 outs, nobody on base. The pitch to Buckner. Curveball, tap foul, and that one will go into the Braves bullpen. Braves with Matthews back in the lineup feel that they're a much stronger team. Now we'll try to make a run in that Western Division and get out of last place. They trail Houston in 5th spot by 2 games. 2-strike pitch. Fastball tapped to the second baseman. Royster has it. Throws the first, 3 out. In the 3rd inning for the Cubs, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. At the end of 3, Cubs 1, Atlanta 1.
You're looking for something to cook for dinner that the family didn't have for lunch. How about meatballs and jelly? Meatballs and jelly, yeah, that's right. Meatballs, Alabama. Made with Bama all-natural grape jelly from Borden. That made pound up. Boy, I tell you, it tastes great. And you can find the recipe for it in the Meatballs Alabama ad in your newspaper. If you keep watching, you'll find a recipe ad for coffee cake Alabama, too. An idea for making coffee cake with Bama strawberry, peach, or apricot preserves. It'll make getting up something to look forward to. And to sweeten the deal even more, both ads have coupons good for 10 cents off the price of any jar of Bama jams, jellies, or preserves.
In the 4th inning, Atlanta will send Barnell, Matthews, and Burrows to the plate. That's the meat of their batting order. Barnell singled his first time at bat. Right-handed hitter. Dave Roberts into the wind-up the pitch, the swing and a ground ball on Tavares. He has it on a nice high hop. Toss it to Buckner, 1 pitch, 1 out. Now here's Matthews at bat, who hit into a very fine double play in the 1st inning, as the Jesus had to backhand his ball in the hole at shortstop and fired a trio who throw in turn, double up Matthews, and he's not considered a slow runner. 1 out, nobody on base. Let's see if he goes after the first pitch by Roberts. It's on its way. He takes it high, ball 1. Normally, if a man in front of you goes after the first pitch and makes out, you will take the next pitch. And then, of course, here's the pitch high. the next pitch. Ball 2, strike 1. As I was mentioning, usually with Bonnell hitting the first pitch this time at bat, Matthews taking one, they will get together and perhaps reverse that next time at bat. Bonnell may take the first pitch and let Matthews go after the first pitch thrown by Robert. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Led up, and he swings and misses on a pitch out of the strike zone. But he was fooled completely as he was looking for the fastball. 3-2 the count. Roberts working very quickly today, much faster than normal. He's into the windup, and here's the pitch. Fastball tapped down the third base line, but it's foul. The count remains 3-2. Burroughs waiting in the on-deck circle. The 3-2 pitch on its way, outside and high. And Roberts fell to the third base side of the mound after he delivered that pitch. That is the first walk of the day by Roberts. And here's Jeff Burroughs, who flied into right center to Mercer, his first time at bat. Matthews at first. First pitch is low, ball 1, and Matthews will steal. He's fast and a good base runner. He has good baseball instinct when he gets on those bases. Roberts pitching to the tough Jeff Burroughs. The pitch. Outside, ball 2. Looks like he's been aiming the ball now. Being a little too careful. Ball 2, no strikes to Burroughs. Matthews on first. Let's see if he takes off with this pitch. Here's the pitch. It's high outside, ball 3. And Roberts turns his back to the plate. Doesn't want to receive the ball from Raiders yet. A little disgusted with himself. Now has a count of 3-0 on Burroughs after walking Matthews on a 3-2 pitch. Roberts sets the pitch. Strike call over the outside corner. It wasn't really down the middle, but it just nipped the corner. Now, with a count of 3-1, we may have some action. Roberts in the stretch. Looks at Matthews. Here's the pitch. There goes Matthews. There's a line drive single in the left field. Matthews is going to try for third. Pitcher's throw to Ontiveros. Gets there, and Matthews is safe. It looks as if Matthews was going to overrun the bag. He did not slide. His foot came off the bag, but Ontiveros was just a little late in going back to tag him. Pitcher's throw got there at third base at the same time as Matthews. Made it a tough play for Ontiveros. Matthews did not slide, even though his coach had him going down to try. The ball just missed Matthews and got to Ontiveros. And Ontiveros was a little late in touching Matthews after he overran the bag. But now Atlanta with runners on first and third and one out. Here's Murphy. First pitch to Murph is low. Ball 1 to Dale Murphy. Roberts' pitch. Swinging a tap foul right at the plate. 1-1 ball game. But the Braves are threatening to take the lead here in the fourth inning. After Bonnell grounded out to Ontiveros, Matthews walked on a 3-2 pitch. Burroughs singled to left on a 3-1 pitch. Matthews was off with the pitch and it gets to third. Here's the 1-1 pitch now to young Murphy. Swinging a tap to the plate. Roberts has it, checks the runner at third, throws to first, he's out. The veteran Roberts takes that tap in front of the plate, turns, forces Matthews to remain at third, and then wheels and throws to Buckner to retire Murphy. Burroughs advances to second. Now here's Pocarova at bat. Grounded out to the shortstop. His first time at bat. 2 outs now, and the Braves with runners on second and third. Cubs played in normal position. Roberts looks in, gets a sign from Rader. Time is called at the plate by main umpire Davidson. Now, Pokerova levels the bat over the plate. Robert sets. Here's the first pitch. Fastball for a strike call. Letter high. Over the outside corner. Roberts is an in-and-out pitcher. He'll go outside. He'll go low. Normally, 70% of his pitches are below the knees. Here's the one-strike pitch to Pokerova. Ground ball. Roberts sweeps. He has it. Throws to first and comes out of the inning. A one-hopper. Gets a sign from Raider. Time is called at the plate by plate umpire Davidson. Now, Pokerova levels the bat over the plate. Robert sets. Here's the first pitch. Fastball for a strike call. Letter high. Over the outside corner. Roberts is an in-and-out pitcher. He'll go outside. He'll go low. Normally, 70% of his pitches are below the knees. Here's the one-strike pitch to Pokerova. Ground ball to Robert sweeps. He has it. Throws to first and comes out of the inning. A one-hopper high over Robert's head. He had to leap to glove it and then threw to first, so he gets out of the inning due to his own fielding. No runs, one hit, 2 men left on base. Cubs come to bat in the fourth inning. We're all tied up. The Cubs won, Atlanta Braves won.
At Chicago area offices to far off to $10,000. Call Andover 32020. Also an office in Madison.
Before Bittner leads off the fourth inning, let's pause 5 seconds for station identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
And this is WGN Radio Chicago.
Bittner struck out in the first inning. It'll be Bittner, Mercer, and Trio here in the fourth inning. A 1-1 ball game. Hanna into the windup, the pitch. Curveball off of the shins of Pokerova, ball one. One ball to Bittner. The pitch on its way. There's the fastball tap to the second baseman. Royster charges it, has it, tosses it to Murphy for the out. One out. And now Bobby Mercer, who lined out to the center fielder. Cubs without Dave Kingman in the lineup today. Bittner playing left field. Gives him Dave just a day's rest to get him back in the groove. First pitch to Mercer. A let-up outside, ball one. Cubs will take on these Braves tomorrow afternoon and Sunday. Tomorrow they have to go against the knuckleball artist, Phil Necro. One ball, no strike. Hanna looks in, has a sign. Here's the pitch. Mercer swings at the ground ball to first baseman. Murphy has it. Runs up, touches first, 2 out. Two away now, Manny Trio, who doubled into right center, steps in the batter's box. Manny in the second inning. Did a line drive in between Bunnell and Matthews. Now he's batting with 2 outs, nobody on base. First pitch is a ball high. Hanna looks in, gets his sign. Fires the next pitch now. There's a pop foul out of play. Wind carrying it back. 1-1 to count. Does not take advantage of that batter's box. He's standing right about 2 or 3 feet away from the back of that batter's box. He has quick hands. And he likes to stand that close. Next pitch is outside, ball 2. Strike 1. left-hander. Shakes his head, yes. Now the 2-1 pitch. Fastball swing, a line drive down the left field line. Fair ball. Burrows goes into the corner. Trio will be at second base. He's going to go for 3 as the ball gets beyond Burrows. And Trio is on third. That ball was a line drive down the left field line. Burrows, having trouble in that corner, allowed Trio to go to third. With 2 outs now, it's going to be up to Ontiveros. That is another triple for the Cubs. And, of course, the Cubs are leading the National League in triples with 23 right now. They have had at least 1 triple in the last 11 games, including this one. I should say, in 11 of the last 12 games. Swing hit. Trio on third. 2 outs. Ontiveros the hitter. First pitch, curveball high. Hanna is not taking his windup. He's taking the stretch. So Trio thus far with a double and a triple off of Hanna. Ontiveros takes low on the next pitch. Ball 2, no strike. Rader due up next. The lead run at third base. A 1-1 ball game. The pitch to Ontiveros, high curveball. They'd much rather pitch to Rader than Ontiveros. Now let's see what Pocarova calls. With a count of 3-0, Ontiveros may be given the green light. The stretch, here's the pitch. Fastball for a strike call. The other extra on that one. And Ontiveros took it. It's 3-1. Pitch. Curveball for a strike. He threw a fastball on a 3-0 and a curveball on 3-2. Now Ontiveros is on his own. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball, he pops it foul. Out of the net. So the count remains 3-2. 2 outs, 3-0 at third. Ground ball to third baseman. Gilbert has it. Throws to Murphy for the out. In the Cubs' fourth, no runs. The triple wasted. It came after 2 are out. 1 man left on base. At the end of 4, Cubs 1, Atlanta 1.
The end of... Fifth inning to get underway. And Rod Gilbreth, who opened up the third inning with his first home run of the year, planted one into the bleacher seats in left field, is going to be the first man up to face Dave Roberts in a ball game that is tied at 1 apiece. Braves with 3 hits, including that homer. The other 2 are singles. He has walked 1 man, been backed up by a double play, and he pitched out of a good jam in the 4th inning, got 2 men to bounce back to him, with runners at first and third and 1 away. So the left-hander winds. Gilbreth takes the first pitch, ball a little bit low. Right-handed hitter. Here's the windup. Fastball for a strike. Right at the letters. 1-1 on him. And right here tomorrow and Sunday, there'll be no off days for the Cubs next week. There's a curve that broke sharply, and he swung and missed. Turned to beauty. Gilbreth out of the batter's box for a moment. Dave out in front, winds, 1-2 delivery, swung on, he hammers a ground ball to De Jesus at shortstop. Ivan's peg into the dirt, on 1 hop into the mid of Buckner, and Gilbert jumping and shaking his head as rookie umpire Joe West at first thought he was in there. What a wave. Hot rocket lined one down the right field line, and Bobby Mercer made a long run and grabbed it just before he crossed the foul line and held onto it for the out, stepped in, right-handed hitter. Playing at shortstop today. Here's the pitch. Takes the ball. Oops, a strikeout. A delayed call that time from Zach Davidson, the sheriff. Well, he's a deputy sheriff. There's a swing and a drive to center field, and Greg Gross playing him perfectly. He has to come in just a step or two to make the catch. 2 gone. Bases empty. Tied at 1. Preston Hanna, the batter. Grounded out to DeJesus, and he hit the ball pretty sharply in the 3rd inning. 23-year-old right-hander. Now the Cubs look at the veteran Phil Niekro. Wind up by Dave, a fastball. Left-hander misses outside. Ball 1 to Hanna. Vince Lloyd reporting here at Wrigley Field, and it's 1-1 ball game. There's a swing, and he lifts a high fly ball. Gross coming in, has the glasses down, and he's there to make the catch in very shallow center. An easy 5th inning against the bottom 3rd of the batting order. 3 up, 3 down. It'll be Rader, Roberts, and then the top of the Cub batting order. Moving into the bottom of the 5th inning, tied at 1. When it comes to beer, there's no doubt in anyone's mind. It's old style. The beer brewed in God's country with sparkling, pure Wisconsin spring water. Virgin water that flows cool and clear from deep beneath the ground. Now, of course, water's not the only reason why old style tastes so great. Double Brewing also has a lot. Dave Rader, with batting trio over at 3rd base and 2 out in the 2nd inning, hit a sharp ground ball off the glove of the 3rd baseman, Gilbreth. Karam to the shortstop Rocket, picked it up and threw, couldn't get him, and Trio, who had gotten over to 3rd base on a wild pitch, tallied, and that's the only Cub run so far. Dave, a left-hander. I'll take a moment here to talk to you about Chicago Baseball Cancer Charities project of the Chicago Cubs, the White Sox, the Pitch and Hit Club, Press Media Chicago, and Northwestern Memorial Hospital. They're going to have their annual golf event on Monday of the All-Star break. It's Monday, July 10th at the beautiful Midlothian Country Club in Chicago's South Side. That's the first pitch of fastball too high today. Fastball, and he misses high again. 2-0. Takes a little off of that one, and it's in for a strike call. Rader was taking ball 2, strike 1. Play golf that day and also attend the dinner. $200 per participant. Very likely get to play with. Here's a swing and a deep drive into center field, but Bonnell drifting back to his left is there, and he hauls it in. But perhaps a player like Rader, Dave Roberts, Bobby Mercer, any one of the Cubs or some of the other sports notables throughout the Midwest who will be there as celebrities. They'll be a part of your foursome. We'll have a brunch, a golf outing, and a dinner that night with some entertainment. And all in all, a tremendously worthy charity. Chicago Baseball Cancer Charities, July the 10th. Roberts, a big swing, and he lifts a high fly ball. It's going to be caught. Burroughs is there. The left fielder makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. That'll bring up DeJesus, who reached on a walk and then was rubbed out on a double play in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1 officially. If you'd like to find out more about it, or you'd like to participate, make your check out to Chicago Baseball Cancer Charities and send it to Box 3515, Merchandise Mart. That's Box 3515, Merchandise Mart, Chicago. The zip code is 60654. Stepping in with the bases empty, and Hanna's first pitch, he throws a curve into the dirt, ball 1. If you'd like to call, the number is 664-7676. That's the phone number, 664-7676. 1-0 delivery. Side arcing that time with a breaking ball, and it misses low. Ball 2. It's a great project, and I'm sure that if you participate, so many fans have over the years, you'll have a truly wonderful outing and dinner that night. And it delivers a fastball, and the right-hander misses with that one. 3-0 on De Jesus, who should be taking this pitch. Ivan has coaxed the only walk so far off Hanna, who's now trying to take a little better footing for himself in front of that pitching rubber. He's 23 years of age. Here's the windup, 3-0 delivery. Ball 4, he missed too high. That keeps the fifth inning alive. And Greg Gross slide to right and grounded into a double play. Stepped in. Ball game is tied at 1. They also sell golf balls out here as a part of that drive. And the net proceeds from the sale of them go to benefit baseball charities in Chicago. And particularly, the proceeds from the sale of the golf balls out here at Wrigley Field go specifically for the Berlin Rube-Walker Leukemia Research Center. Played with the Cubs, and he was a coach for the Cubs for many, many years until stricken down far too early in life by leukemia. They think De Jesus might go, or the hit and run might be out, and Hanna wheels the throw over to first base. Keep him close, stepped off the pitching rubber just as Ivan was taking his lead. Makes another throw over there, almost too high, but it's awfully tough to make one too high when you have a 6'5" first baseman. Here's the stretch and the delivery. Gross takes, and it's the ball a little bit low, breaking pitch. Going more to the breaking pitch here now than he was early in the game. But his number one pitch is that fastball. If he can get it in the strike zone, it moves. Got a good arm. There goes De Jesus. Gross takes. The pitch is high. The throw bouncing in. Gets into center field. De Jesus gets up. He's going to go to third. A stolen base by Ivan and an error on the throw by Vic Pocarova. Well, the Cubs are not noted for their base stealing. But they are now 17-17 for the year in sets. And Ivan has now got his third of the year against 4 times that he's been thrown out. A couple of those occasions he was picked off first base. First error of the day by anybody. Runner at third, again 2 away, as we had in the 4th inning. And Gross is going to take ball 3. He looks to Malpicano to see whether or not he might have the green light on 3-0. Buckner due up next. Hanna from the stretch. Gross takes. This is a letter high strike. Ball 3, strike 1 on Greg. Start of the day, batting .337. Dropped a few points so far this afternoon. Let's see if he can get him back. A base hit could restore the Cubs up to the lead, rather. 3-1 delivery. Swung on. Drive to left field, but it's going to be caught. Burrows is there. Fastball to him. And Gross lines out in the 5th inning for the Cubs. No runs, no hits, a walk. 1 error and 1 man left on. Cubs have left 4 men stranded through the first 5 innings here at Wrigley Field. The Braves have left only 2 men on, and the score is still tied at 1. Dave Roberts has given up 1 run, and that was a homer by Gilbreth, leading off the 3rd inning. He has walked only 1 man. Let me tell you, this guy has had awfully sharp control, both in relief and as a starter. When he came back to the active roster, he was wild in his first outing against the Phillies. Walked 5 men. But he has now walked only 9 for the year, and 1 of them intentional, and 5 of them in his very first outing. Well into the season. Left-hander's first pitch, and Royster takes the strike. Royster worked on going the opposite side an awful lot in spring training. Luke Appling, former great with the White Sox, the batting instructor, worked with him, and Royster says he not only told me how to go to right field, he said he taught me how. Soaking up in the bat a bit. There's a swing and a bouncing ball to the left side. Jesus charging it, scooped it up and takes one into the dirt. Buckner gloves it on the first hop and Royster's kept off the bases. On a ground ball to De Jesus. He had to hurry his throw because of Royster's good speed. There's Barry Monal, an infield single in the first, rubbed out on a double play ball. Grounded out to Olivares when he led off the fourth inning. Tomorrow, T-shirt day. First pitch. Sinks a little bit low with a fastball, ball one. First 15,000 children to enter the ballpark tomorrow, age 13 and under, get a free T-shirt. The Cubs logo on front. Here's the swing and a one-hopper right into the glove of Roberts. Dave has it. And for the third time today, he's thrown out an opposing batter on a ground ball right back to him. That brings up Gary Matthews. That's their only walk. That's the only base on balls, by the way, that Roberts now has given up in about 27 innings of work. Bases are empty. We're tied. Right-handed hitter swings on a little change, and he taps it foul right near the plate. Strike one count on Gary. Also tomorrow, we'll have the Cub autograph booth open, as it will be every Saturday and Sunday that the Cubs play at home. That autograph booth from 12 to 12:30, Saturday and Sunday games, located behind third base on the main concourse. 0-1 delivery. This is high, fastball. Tomorrow, Bobby Mercer and Willie Hernandez will be in there to sign autographs for you from 12 to 12:30. 1-1 pitch. This is high and away, ball two, strike one. And on Sunday, Steve Olivares and Paul Russell will be in there to sign autographs for you. 2-1 delivery coming up to Matthews. It is. This is outside and high again. He's fallen behind, 3-1. Be very careful with Matthews today. Dave steps back, starts the windup, 3-1 delivery. Right-hander takes ball 4, too high. Walked him for the second time. When he went the distance against the Cardinals in his last outing, he not only did not walk any of the Redbirds, he didn't strike out anybody. And when he faced the Cardinals and beat them here the 19th of May, went 7 innings in that one, he didn't strike out anybody either. And he... The leading hitter, Jeff Burrows, right now, a tied-up ball game. The first pitch of the ball too low to the right-hander. Burrows singled in the fourth inning, hit a shot into left field on a 3-1 pitch, and sent Matthews over to third with one away. The next two batters bounced after Roberts. 1-0 delivery. Outside, ball two. Manny Creo calling time. He wants to talk to Roberts to settle him down a bit. Retired the first two batters here in the sixth inning. Then walked Matthews, and now has gotten himself in the hole on Burrows. 2-0. Burrows, a veteran, 27 years of age. Wears glasses. And he is well built. 6'2", about 200. Now Matty back at his spot. Shades Burrows to pull the ball. Big gap on the right side of the infield. 2-0 pitch. Takes a strike. A fastball, let her high away. Ball two, strike one. Vince Lloyd here with you at Wrigley Field. Don Alberto, engineer, and Jack Minovich, our producer. The Cubs and the Braves locked up in a 1-1 tie. Sixth inning, the pitch. This is outside. Ball three, strike one. This is the pitch that he belted hard for a single. Back in the fourth. He flied out to Mercer, his first time up today, and Mercer way off the line for him. He hit one deep into right center field. 3-1 pitch, ball four. He missed high again. And he's pitching himself into a jam here. 3 and 4 batters in the Atlanta batting order on now with bases on balls. And he faces the rookie, Dale Murphy. There's some dates coming up for the Cubs in which the advance sale has just been tremendous, but Cubs want to assure you that those dates, a Sunday doubleheader against the Dodgers on July 16th, later on Saturday and Sunday dates against Cincinnati on August 19th and 20th. They have guaranteed seating, $3 per ticket for all ages for those dates. Here's a swing, and he lifts a high fly ball to Mercer. Comes in a few steps, he's there, makes the catch. And the two men who receive bases on balls, Matthews and Burrows, are left stranded as the rookie Dale Murphy lofts a high fly ball to right field to retire the side. Two men left on, no hits. And we're still tied up as this ball game moves into the Cub half of inning number 6. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 men in the Cub batting order. It's still 1-1.
Honey, I'm home.
Well, honey, what's the occasion?
Sorry you got stuck taking the Cutlass in for the 6,000-mile check.
Oh, no problem.
I know how rough service departments can be.
Not at our Chicagoland Oldsmobile dealer.
Rude and discourteous.
Those guys were great, the gallant men.
Probably kept you waiting for hours.
I just dropped off the Olds and went shopping. It was a snap.
Never listen to what you say.
And when I got back from the dress sale,
And they tack on extra charge.
our Cutlass was ready to roll. No extra charges.
Really?
By the way, how do you like my new dress? $100 marked down from $250.
Your dress?
Buckner to lead off in this tied-up ball game. Let's see if the Cubs can't go to work and get that lead back. Got a hard single off the glove of the pitcher. First time up and then grounded out to the second baseman in the third. So Bill is 1 for 2 today. He was out here taking some extra hitting yesterday. The fastball is twitched out of the way. Ball 1 in too close. Weston Hanna starts the windup, 1-0 delivery. Swung on, bounces a foul ball over to the Atlanta Braves dugout. Quiet Boyer, one of their coaching members over there, is the guy who grabbed that one handily. Ball 1, strike 1. On Buckner trying to get something going. Here's the pitch to him. Fastball swung on, grounds it down to the first baseman Murphy, waves the pitcher away. The big fella comes over to first base for an unassisted putout. And that'll bring up Bittner, who has fanned and bounced out today. You know, even with the advanced ticket sale for any of the games here at Wrigley Field, there may be box seats that are sold out for a specific date. But you're never going to be shut out completely because the Cubs still put almost 13,000 general admission and bleacher seats on sale the date of every home game, the morning of the game. Buckner stepped into that slow curve, and he tapped a little foul ball and almost lost his batting helmet. Strike 1 count on the left-handed hitting outfielder. He's playing in left field today with Kingman sidelined. You never have to worry about not being able to buy a ticket here if you get out early the morning of the game. There's a curve and a too low. Ball 1, strike 1. Bases empty, 1 away. The Cubs with 4 base hits off Preston Hanna. He has struck out 2, walked 1. Atlanta with 3 base hits, including a homer. 1-1 delivery. Fastball, he's too high. Ball 2, strike 1. Let's pause a moment here for station identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
And this is WGN Radio Chicago.
The windup in the 2-1 delivery. Half swing and a foul ball out of play to the left side. One will be signing autographs tomorrow from 12 to 12:30 here. 2-2 pitch. Bittner steps into it. A drive into left center field. It's in for a base hit. So the go-ahead run reaches with 1 away, and Bobby Mercer stepping in. Let's see if that extra batting practice he took yesterday is going to pay off here. He lined out to the center fielder to lead off the second inning and then grounded out in the 4th inning. So Bobby 0 for 2 as his batting average is now dipped to below the 240 mark for the year. Bob Kennedy says the rumors about a possible trade involving Mercer are strictly that, rumors. Absolutely nothing to them. You know, this year the Cubs are going to have a camera day for the first time. July 13th, when they'll be taking on the San Diego Padres when they come in for the second time this year. Here's the pitch. Hits him on a fist. Ground ball. Second baseman has it. Goes to second. And he is out at second base. A gamble by Royster. And he barely nipped Bittner going in, and he almost threw the ball away. There was a pitch that came in and hit Mercer right on the fist, and for a moment it looked like it might go through the right side of the infield as the first baseman came off the bag over there, Murphy. He missed getting to it, but Royster, covering an awful lot of ground, grabbed it, spun around, and threw to second just in time for the fourth out, and that brings to bat Danny Trio, who has a double and a triple so far today. Two gone. Mercer on to the fielder's choice. Good play by Royster. Still tied at 1 the first pitch. Takes it high, fastball, ball 1. T-shirt day tomorrow, July 13th, camera day, and then we're going to have cap day out here on June 28th. Here's the strike, the 1-0 pitch. Serve low, delayed steal by Mercer. The throw, he is out. Backhanded grab of the throw by Royster, and he put the tag on Mercer sliding in to retire the side. He is very, very adept at that delayed steal, but they nipped him that time on a good throw and a good tag. Then caught stealing for the second time in 5 attempts, and the Cubs in the 6th inning, no runs, 1 hit. Nobody left on the base. At the end of 6, it is still all tied up. The Braves 1 and the Cubs 1.
My car engine knocked so bad it sounds like a riveting gun.
Every time I accelerated, the pinging infuriated me.
Even two knocks didn't help.
I'm a standard dealer, and they're talking about the knocking or pinging sound a car's engine sometimes makes when accelerating or pulling a heavy load. Some car owners actually want to retard the spark to keep the engine from knocking. What that does is waste gasoline. We'll get the car back in tune, and Amoco Premium Lead-Free is made to stop engine knock. If your car's in tune but still knocks, or keeps running after you turn off the key, it doesn't need engine work. It needs higher octane fuel, like Amoco Premium Lead-Free and the Gold Pump. If it doesn't have performance problems, use the Midwest best-selling lead-free Amoco and the Blue Pump. Hey, that Amoco Premium Lead-Free works like a charm. No more knocks.
One full tank made all the difference.
See your independent standard dealer for the lead-free choice. You expect more from a leader.
Pocaroba, the catcher for the Braves, is going to be leading off here in the 7th inning. And both Roberts and Hanna have done a superb job. Pocaroba to be followed by Gilbreth, and then Pat Rocket, the first pitch, a curve, and it's too low to the right-hander. Atlanta with only 3 hits off days. Here's the windup. A swing and a bouncing foul down the third base line in front of Coach Tommy Burgess. Former first baseman for the White Sox, Pete Ward, coaching at first base for him. Out of 1 and 2 on the hitter. Here's the windup in the pitch. Swung on. Hard ground ball. Trio tried to back end it. It skips off his arm and goes into center field, and they've got a man on with nobody else. Trio moving to his right. Wanted to back in the ball, but it jumped up and hit him in the arm. See what the ruling's going to be on it. Anyway, they've got that go-ahead run on at first base, and Gilbreth, who led off the third with a homer right-hander, stepping in. They call for a pitch out, the runner going, the throw, bouncing in to Jesus, grabs it, puts the tag on the runner going in on an attempt to steal. Nice work. And they'll rule that Pocaroba had reached on a single. Now he is off the bases, caught stealing. We may get get some action in the Cub bullpen. Pitch to Gilbert, swung on, ground ball, back to third. It bounces up against Otterbear. The Cub dugout, picked up by Otterbear, but takes hit right over the bag at third base. Willie Hernandez is now beginning to throw in the Cub bullpen. Nobody else has joined him down there yet. That gives Atlanta 5 hits for the day. And we're going to have a pinch hitter now, Vito Gaston. Going to bat for the shortstop, Pat Brockett. Vito, 2 for 9 as a pinch hitter. We're in the 7th inning. The pitcher, Hannah, is due up next. Runner on at first with 1 away. Gaston, batting 189 for the year. Vito with 10 hits and 53 trips. He was playing quite a bit earlier in the year when Gary Matthews was on the disabled list. So, right-hander takes the first pitch from Roberts the ball. Now Donnie Moore, a right-hander, has joined Hernandez in the Cub bullpen. Runner at first, the pitch. Swung out, bouncing ball right back to Roberts. Wheels the throw to Trio. Manny's relay, a double play, the second one of the day for the Cubs, and they're out of the inning. Roberts starting it. 2 infield singles in the inning by the Atlanta Braves. No runs and nobody left on the bases. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, the Cubs fans at the ballpark standing for the 7th inning stretch. It is still 1-1. General Finance, friendly Bob Adams.
This is Lava Bob, and I need an emergency loan.
Oh, what happened, Susan?
A pipe burst in the basement, Bob. It was a regular flood.
Well, an emergency loan can help.
Oh, good, because we're really getting hungry.
Hungry?
But the water got in the pantry and washed off all the labels on the canned goods.
But I can't.
Oh, we eat, but we discovered some strange combinations when we opened up the can.
I see.
Like we served the in-laws chocolate chip.
Well, I'm sure they understand.
Well, they did until breakfast when they got packed oysters and sauerkraut.
We can rush that loan, Susan.
Oh, thanks, Bob. Hey, can I send you a can of asparagus berries?
No, that's,
Oh, this is cat food.
General Finance is a plan to fit your needs.
Find out why it makes sense to call General Finance for their person-to-person Bob Adams service. General Finance has the professional experience in a particular plan for your particular needs. You know there are 70 General Finance Chicago area officers? Call friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $10,000. Call Andover 3-2020. There also is an office in Bolingbrook.
One beautiful banner out here today, St. Gilbert School from Grays Lake, Illinois. It says the Cubs are #1. They did a fine artistic job on it. Darrell Caney has come in to play shortstop now with Rocket having been lifted for Vito Gaston. Went into an inning-ending double play. The Cubs can go out and grab the lead. Ball got away from that Atlanta bullpen. Got onto the playing area behind the right side of the infield, retrieved by one of the Braves, guarding the guys working in the bullpen. Here's Trio stepping in. First pitch, fastball too high. Ball 1. Manny doubled in the second inning, scored, and tripled in the 4th inning, but 2 away, and he was left stranded. He was at the plate when Mercer, on a delayed steal attempt, would throw it out to retire the Cubs in the 6th inning. He takes that one a strike. Ball 1, strike 1. So a double and a triple so far today for Manny. Wind up and Hannah stick to him. Takes the breaking ball too low. Ball 2, strike 1. Each team now with 5 hits. Cubs have left 4 men on. Here's a 2-1 pitch swung on and a high fly ball. The center fielder, Bonnell, back into his right, but the glass is down. Wind carried it in a little bit, and he makes the catch. There's one away. So he cannot hit for the cycle. Unless, of course, he gets a chance to bat a few more times. Olivares, 0 for 2 so far. It's fanned and boxed after third. He'll be followed by Dave Rader. Cubs run coming back in the second inning. And Gilbreth Homer leading off the third, tied it up. He swings and looks a fly ball down the left field line. Burrows in the run, can't get to it. It's in there for a base hit. And Olivares, with one away, reaches, dumping a single into left field. Dave Rader with an infield single in the second inning. Sally Trio. He hit a shot off the glove of the third baseman, carried over to the shortstop. Trio had doubled and got the third on Hanna's wild pitch. And so he was able to score on that infield single. Now the Atlanta bullpen is going to go to work. Each team with one run. We're in the bottom of the seventh inning here at Wrigley Field. Pitcher's battle. Here's the delivery. Low and inside, backhanded by Pocoroba. Ball one. Bruce Sutter is now throwing in the Cub bullpen. Hernandez and Moore have sat down. Hanna wheels and throws to first base, and Olivares is back in plenty of time. Jamie Easterly, a left-hander. Rich Camp, a right-hander, throwing for Atlanta in their bullpen. Another throw to first, and Olivares jumping back safely. The outfield for Raiders is pretty shallow with this wind blowing in today. It's shifting around a little bit, coming in more from right field than from center. They're playing him to swing late. And his fastball swung on, a fly ball. Burrows coming in left field. He is getting there, and he makes the one-handed catch about 15 feet inside the left field foul line. 2 gone. And Rader, the batter, or Roberts, rather, the batter, is Rader, flies out. Dave, a pretty good hitter. Good catch made by Matthews, the right fielder, on him in the second inning, and he flied out to the left fielder his last time at bat. He is 3 for 8 as a hitter this year, and he's getting a smattering of applause from the Wrigley Field crowd. A bright, sunshiny, but rather cool day now. Stretch the pitch. Takes it outside. Ball one. Left-handed hitter. In his career, he has 5 home runs. He's trying for his 3rd win without a loss today. Hanna's trying for his 5th without a loss. Fastball swung on. He grounds it out to the second baseman. Gets it on the hop. Royster's toss over to first. Retires the Cubs in the 7th inning. And Olivares is left stranded. So we move into the 8th at Wrigley Field. And it's still 1-1. Late in the ball game, and neither team can afford to make a mistake. Preston Hanna, the pitcher, going to lead off. He's grounded out, flied to center so far today, and he and Roberts have been tough opponents. Sutter staying loose in the Cub bullpen down the left field line. Remember tomorrow, T-shirt day. Dave turning around to Munster, getting his attention. He brings him in several steps in right field. Straight away in center is Greg Gross. Now the windup in the first pitch. Hanna has to take it high and tight. Ball one. Southpaw wide. Fires one, just misses inside at the letters. Ball 2. He got 2 successive batters in the 6th inning after retiring the first 2, and then he got out of it by getting Murphy to go after the next pitch and flying out to right. The delivery outside. He's behind 3-0 on the pitcher. They had 2 men reach on infield singles in the 7th inning. One caught trying to steal. There's a pitch, and it's in there. Ball 3, strike 1, and then pinch hitter Cito Gaston hit into a double play, started by Dave. Steps out, takes a practice cut. Still looking down at Tommy Burgess, third base coach. Now he moves back into the batter's box. 3-1 pitch to him. Takes ball forward, broke a little low. Roberts holding out his hands. The plate umpire said Davidson like, what was wrong with it? That's the fourth base on balls he's issued today. After showing excellent control in these last two starts. And great control here up until the sixth inning. But now with nobody out and a tied-up ball game, 1-1. We have the top of the batting order up, Jerry Royster. His job to be to get that Hanover somehow in the scoring position. And Shooter continuing to throw in the bullpen. All those infielders and Dave Rader around him out there, he can get all the conferences with those handsome Cubs with Herman Frank. And it's a dandy. 11 by 14, full color pictures. Close-up shots. Their autographs reproduced right over the pictures. It's great for framing, for saving, whatever. Each picture, by the way, can be cut into individual wallet-sized photos. Get yours, just send your name and address along with $1.50 for 15 pictures. Wrigley Field, Chicago, 60613. That includes 50 cents for postage and handling. That $1.50 includes that. Now we've had the delay, and Herman coming out of the dugout very, very slowly. While Royster had sent the bat boy over to get another bat that he can use. Let's see if Herman is bringing in Shooter right now. Yep, he is. That's going to be all for Dave. So he has worked officially 7 innings and walked one man in the 8th. He leaves the ball game tied, and here comes Shooter trotting in from the bullpen. We have a delay in the action here at Wrigley Field with the score tied 1-1. Let's take time out for this message. Bruce was not used in the series up at Montreal. No, he should be. Matter of fact, he's been walked one man in the 8th. He leaves the ball game tied, and here comes Shooter trotting in from the bullpen. We have a delay in the action here at Wrigley Field with the score tied 1-1. Let's take time out for this message. Bruce was not used in the series up at Montreal. So he should be well rested. Matter of fact, this was a week ago today down at St. Louis. You recall he came in and yielded a home run to Ted Simmons on an 0-2 pitch with the bases loaded. That tied it up at 2 apiece. The Cubs went on to win it in overtime, 3-2. Royster tries to bunt that first pitch, and he fouls it back out of play. Strike one count of the right-hander. Braves looked at Shooter a couple of times down there in Atlanta when they took the first visit. First outing against him, he struck out 4 Atlanta Braves batters in succession, and he got a victory. Royster tried to bunt, popped it up, and it winds up right near the plate, but Dave Rader had lost it. Got it out down in front of the plate to the first baseline, and the ball dropped just to the left of home plate. Strike 2 count on Royster. Worked a total of 5 1/3 innings down there in Atlanta in those 2 ball games and picked up victories in both games. Gave up only 1 hit and no runs. He had 2 strong outings against Atlanta, and he needs another one here today. This ball game is tied at 1 apiece. They had Preston Hanna on at first base with nobody out of the 8th. Who stepped off the pitching rubber, and Hanna jumps back on the bag. Now he's ready. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and he fouls it back out of play. Bruce with 6 saves so far this year. 4 wins and a couple of losses. Jerry Royster in the batter's box, choking up in the bat about 4 inches, swings at a high bouncing ball to Bears. He's got it, throws to second. down at first base with the fielder's choice. Could have figured if that was on artificial surface on a real hard infield, that ball would have been way over his head into left field, huh?
It'd have been a lot of trouble, I'll tell you.
Yeah. It was. Steve had to jump up in the air for it. Keep an eye on Mr. Royster. He can move. Barry Bonnell, the batter. Infield single in 3 trips today against Roberts. Good lead by Royster over at first base. Stretch by Bruce. Pitch, runner not going, and it's a ball. Low and inside, ball 1. Royster leads his club in stolen bases with 13, and Mike Ross coming out to talk to Suter. What do you think that's about, Bruce?
This I don't know. I don't know whether he noticed something that Suter was doing wrong or not, but there's no need of reminding him about Royster at first because Suter knows that.
The guy's been caught stealing 7 times in 20 attempts. A young, tall, right-handed hitting Barry Bonnell. Back in the batter's box and a quick throw to first, and Royster with a headlong dive. It's back in safely. So it was just above the belt. Buckner didn't attempt to even tag him because he was already in there. He's very, very quick. Now Bruce hands at the belt, looks over the shoulder at the runner, doesn't go. A swing out of it. Bonnell had a tremendous rip at that one. Ball 1, strike 1. Bruce with 34 strikeouts in 31 in the 3rd innings this year. Walked in, 2 intentionally. Right-hander ready. Throws to first base. Runner back in standing. Ball 1, strike 1 count. Line of 1 and the Cubs 1. Here's a stretch to pitch. Strike called in the inside corner. Had Bonnell backing away from it. Bruce off on the far side of the mound under the grass, rubbing up the ball. Now Kine climbs back up the hill. We adjust the cap. Later giving him the sign. A quick throw to first base. Runner back again in time. I want to remind you again, this is the umpiring crew. That has called more balks this year than probably all the rest of them combined. 1-2 pitch. They call for a pitch out, and Royster was not going. 2-2. Keep an eye on him this time. That's the go-ahead run at first base. And right of batting in the 8th. 1 away. And Bruce turned, made a toss over there that time. That was not his good move at all. There's a pretty good lead at first. He goes. There's a pitch swung on, and he hits it down the first base line. Picked up by Suter. Throws to first base for the out. Royster going to third. The throw. He makes a head first dive, and he's in there. A little chopper. About halfway down the line. Bonnell is out of there. But Royster able to go to third on it as he was off and running with that pitch. Had a big turn at second base. But the time it took to get to that ball and make the play at first base, he gambled and went in all the way. Now Gary Matthews, the batter, and a very tough hitter. First pitch, right-hander swing, bounces one foul down the third base line to Coach Burrows, flipped it down to Barris. Lead run on at third. 2 gone. Lee's coming in from right field right now. Walked twice against Roberts. Takes the fastball. It's a little high. Ball 1, strike 1. And he ended the first inning by grounding into a double play. 1-1 delivery. And it breaks far too low, and he won't chase it. Ball 2, strike 1. Ball inspected by Zach Davidson, and he throws out of the game. Got a little dirt on it. And again, Sitter off the pitcher's mound to rub up that new ball. The ace is way over into the hole for Matthews. Strikes the pitch. Swung out a bouncing ball. Third base line. Could be trouble. Oliveras has it. Quick throw. He's got him to retire the side. He rifled a shot to Buckner at first base as Gary Matthews was running hard down that line. Oliveras had to charge in for the ball. And he put nothing but heat on it on the throw over to first base. In the eighth inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, one man left on. And the Cubs come to bat at the bottom of the eighth inning. It is still tied 1-1.
When you grew up here in God's country, you begin with sparkling pure Wisconsin across Wisconsin.
Before the Cubs come to bat in the eighth inning, let's pause for station identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
This is WGN Radio Chicago.
We have the top of the batting order up, Ivan De Jesus, who's walked twice today against Preston Hanna. Pops out one first pitch. Breaking ball to him. Strike called. Inside corner above the knee. Hanna has walked only De Jesus today. There's a ball. Ball on strike one. Struck out two, walked two, and given up 6 hits. Only 2 for extra bases, both by Trio. Here's a swing and a fly ball to the left fielder, Jeff Burrows. In and to his left, makes the catch easily. And that'll bring up Greg Gross. Get into a double play in the third, and he's flied out to the right fielder and the left fielder. Find you again at T-shirt day at Wrigley Field tomorrow. For all of you kids 13 and under. Hanna delivers. Russ looks at the strike. Get a free cup T-shirt to wear while you cheer on the 78 Cup. Remember, you have to be 13 or under. 0-1 delivery. Strike call. Kept it away from him. 0-2. You have to be one of the first 15,000 kids at the ballpark tomorrow. And you have to have a fully paid ticket. Bleacher ticket. Not included. 0-2 delivery. Low. 1-2. Come on out and have a good time. Here the Cubs on to a win, huh? 1-2 pitch. Swung out. A fly ball. Burrows is there for it. Came in just about a step. Reached up. Grabbed it one-handed and they're 2 away. That brings up Buckner. Got an infield hit in the first inning. Since then has bounced out to second and to the first base. Hanna has been tough.
Well, he's had great control of that knuckle curveball today, and he's worked on it after his last 2 starts because he hasn't had control with it, which is indicated by the number of walks. But he's got a good one today.
They had it all. That pitch of the ball. A little bit low. Jesus, the only man who's been able to reach on walk. 1-0 delivery. Hit him right on the pitch. Bouncing ball. Second baseman Weiser to his right. He's got it, and Buckner is out of there. 3 up and 3 down in the 8th inning. We go to the ninth. Bruce Sitter out on the mound, working in relief of Dave Roberts, will be facing Jeff Burrows, the cleanup hitter, to lead off the ninth. It's still 1-1.
Did you ever see a Sunday smile?
No, but I once saw a glass bowl. That's a Sunday smile.
Great taste. Now you can buy a McDonald's sundae in a reusable glass.
What a value.
Offer expires June 4th at participating McDonald's. McDonald's sundaes will make you smile.
officially a single. Slide out to right, and he has drawn a base on balls. He's facing Suter for the first time. Rick Monday has been out of action with an injury for a considerable period of time. Remains second in the league with a 333 mark, and then Ted Simmons, Reggie Smith, also the Dodgers, both at 331. Burroughs takes and Suter misses a little low, ball one. Ken Griffey is the Cincinnati Reds, and of course they're going to be in town on this homestand, moving up. And he openly covets that batting championship this year. Griffey does, and he's got the talent to win it. There's a ball that misses in too close, 2-0 on Burroughs. Greason of Cincinnati also up among the leaders. George Foster starting to get a hot bat for the Reds. Throws that one, and it's too high. He's behind, 3-0 on Burroughs. Look out. Terry Pugh, Houston Astros, going to be here Monday and Tuesday, and he's up among the leaders. 3-0 delivery in Burroughs. 6, ball 4, low and inside. So again, they get the leadoff man in the hitting on in this tied-up ball game. Preston Harris drew a walk leading off the 8th inning against Dave Roberts, and that sent Dave to the showers. Murphy. Roland Office is going to run down there for Burroughs at first base. McMahon. And Office can move. Murphy, tall, rangy, right-handed rookie. Go to first base. Office there plenty of time. In the stretch. Murphy is swinging at a tap foul right in front of the plate. Did not have his sacrifice. Now he's checking signs again with Burroughs, his third base coach. And he didn't understand him, so he's going down to have a little word-to-word chat with him about it. Doesn't want to make a mistake here in the 9th inning in a tied-up ball game. They list him at 6'4", but he's more like about 6'5" or 6'5 and a half. Tried him as a catcher. Sitter from the stretch. He squares away to bunt, pulls the bat back, and Sitter misses low and away to him. Ball 1, strike 1. They're still going to have him sacrifice now, Lou? Yeah, I think he will. See how he does with it. He has struck out an awful lot this year. 1-1 pitch. He tries to butt it, and he fouls it back. Right under the net. They're very high on this young kid. He has one sacrifice so far this year. With 2 strikes on him, they may just let him swing away. And he looks at a ball too low, 2-2. Rod Carew, well out in front of the American League batting derby again. What else is new? Who leads Jim Rice of Boston by 31 points. Carew hitting .374. Go to first, he's back safely. And Jim Rice leads the league and leads the majors with 18 homers. 2-2 pitch. Swung out and missed strike 3. He got it. Waiter goes out. Quick chat with Sitter. Hands him the ball. And digging in now is Biff Pocarubbo, who will bat left-handed against Suter. Led off the 7th inning with a bat hop single of Manny Trio. Then he was caught stealing. A single off the bat of the next hitter, Gilbert, an infield hit. And that inning ended when Cito Gaskin pinch hit into a double play. Takes that pitch a ball, a little low. Gets back. He wears glasses, as does Burroughs, who's now out of the action. Strikes the pitch, the runner goes, a swing and a miss. Raiders throw down to second, bounces in, and DeJesus still puts the tag on him Wood tried to protect the runner, swinging at it. And Rader threw that one on one hop into second base, and DeJesus, with those quick hands of his, kept the glove down, and a hit first slide, and Office went right into the out. So the bases are empty, and Suter from a windup delivers a ball inside a fastball. They've had two men caught stealing, and there have been a couple of double plays, and there's a swing and a miss. Ball to strike two on Okaroba. We're tied 1-1, top of the ninth inning. Paid attendance just 10,177. 2-2 delivery. Swung out of that quick finger fastball, fouled off the arm of Rader. While the Cubs are well ahead of last year's attendance, Atlanta is way, way behind what they drew a year ago. 90,000 behind. Cubs have been averaging over 16,000 this year at home. With quite a lot of cold weather. 2-2 delivery. Fastball sails too high. 3-2 now. Coming into this game, the Cubs were some 89,000 ahead of last year's attendance. 3-2 delivery in the ninth. Swung on, bounces one down to Buckner at first base. He's got it, waved Suter away. The inning is over. A leadoff walk, and caught stealing. Nobody left on, and the Cubs can win it. Any old kind of a run in the bottom of the ninth inning will do it. Atlanta taking the field. It's 1-1.
You drove up in Belize at the Cubs of Rome. After that miserable winter, it was a pleasure for Harry and me to get out and buy a new car.
Car buying a pleasure?
We went to see the gallant men of old. You won't believe it, but we actually enjoyed buying the car. They were so warm and friendly. I said to Harry while we were in the showroom, these guys are warm and friendly.
I love that blue.
They've got a terrific spring selection of colors and options.
Well, car buying still leaves my husband cold.
Time to visit an old showroom. Still like the warm atmosphere.
Visit your Chicagoland Oldsmobile dealer today. Find out how we can make car buying a pleasure for you.
For the pinch runner who got nailed trying to steal. And Roland Office, who was the runner, stays in to play center. Larry Bittner to lead off the ninth inning for the Cubs. Singled against Preston Hanna in the sixth inning. Is 1 for 3 today. Two of the Cubs' 5 hits, a double and a triple for Manny. And the crowd beginning to hoop it up. Want the Cubs to get a run and win this ball game. Here's the wind up the pitch. Fastball. It's too high. Ball 1. Their run came on Gilchrist. Homer leading off the third. His first of the year, and the first one off Roberts. 1-0 delivery. Fastball for a strike right at the knees. 1-1. Came up with it a little bit his last time at bat. 1-1 pitch. Outside. Ball 2, strike 1. Young man has not finished any of his first 9 starts this year. Somebody just threw a little smoke bomb or something out in right field. From the bleachers. 2-1 pitch. Swung on. Foul. Back out of play. Went after a fastball that appeared to be about knee high. 2-2. Pitch. Larry swings, bounces it foul off against the brick wall on the first base side. And the count stays at 2-2. by Hanna. Quick ball swung on, ground ball. Murphy to his right. First baseman has it. Flips to the catcher, or the pitcher coming off that mound in a hurry. And Bittner is out of there. Hanna came off of there like a sprinter. Bobby Mercer reached in a fielder's choice in the sixth inning and then was caught stealing. He's lined out to center and grounded out to the first baseman, and Murphy is playing in deep and guarding the line. Royster deep, almost on the edge of the outfield grass at second. Offense straight away in center. Here's the windup and the first pitch. Bobby takes all a little bit low. Mentioned earlier, he and Willie Hernandez are going to be in the autograph booth tomorrow. As the pitch hit gets low. 2-0. From 12 to 12:30. Behind the third base dugout on the main level. Then on Sunday, Steve Oliveris and Paul Russell will be in there to sign autographs. Every Saturday and Sunday, the Cubs are home. Two of the players in there from that time, 12 to 12:30. 2-0 delivery. Swung on. He went after a high one, and he lifts a high fly ball down the right field line. Who's going to get it? Second baseman Royster cutting over near the bullpen. Sticks that glove out, and he grabs it one-handed. And a little help from his teammates down there. And there are two gone in the ninth inning. That brings up Trio, who has a triple and a double today. The Cubs lead the league in triples with 23, and Manny's triple here today gives them 11 three-base hits in their last 13 ball games. Well, let's see if he can win it. He's won a couple of ball games this year for Sutter with his bat. Hanna starts to wind up in Matty. Looked out. There's one high and tight, ball one. Atlanta has been involved in 6 extra inning games this year. They're 3-3 in that category. Cubs have won 6 and lost 2 in overtime. 1-0 pitch. It's too low. 2-0. Paul Russell and Donnie Moore now throwing in the Cub bullpen. There is no action in the Atlanta Braves bullpen. Bases are empty. Bottom of the ninth. 2 out. Tied at 1. The pitch swung out at a high fly ball deep to center field. It's going to be caught by Office. He's there. And he's got it 3 up and 3 down. And it's pitched superbly. But this game is going to go into overtime at Wrigley Field. Tied up at 1. Another one of those nail biters at Wrigley Field. Vince Floyd and Lou Boudreau, Jack Minovich, our producer, and Don Albert, our engineer, and glad to have you with us in the listening audience today, and hope you're enjoying it. Lou?
Gilbert, who hit a home run in the third inning to tie up this ball game, will lead off the 10th inning. He'll be followed by Cheney, and then the pitcher Hanna lets Cox, the manager of Atlanta, put in a pinch hitter. First pitch, high, ball 1. Paul Russell warming up made a catch. Shooter is going to wind up the pitch, and there's one low, ball 2. This is Shooter's third inning of relief. Relieving Roberts, who did an outstanding job today. Roberts went 7 innings into 1 man. Here's a pop-up behind second base. Trio there calling for it. He has it 1 out. Roberts was removed after he walked Hanna to open up the 8th inning. He allowed Atlanta 1 run, the home run by Gilbert, on 5 hits. Now here's Cheney, his first time at bat. First pitch, strike call. He's hitting 304, 1 home run, 7 RBI. We're in the 10th. Swing and a line drive into right field. Mercer coming in, the ball sinking. Mercer cannot make the play. Gets it on 1 hop. As that ball was a sinking line drive into right field. That is the first hit off Sutter. And that brings Nolan is going to pinch hit for Hanna. Nolan 185, no home runs, 1 RBI, left-handed hitter. So the Braves in the 10th inning have a runner on first, 1 out. Hanna did an outstanding job. He had a great knuckle curveball today with good control. And, of course, he aided his own downfall, if you want to say a downfall, when he wild pitched Trio after he doubled to third, and he scored on the hit by Rader, an infield hit. First pitch to Nolan, low, ball 1. Had not Hanna pitched that wild pitch, he'd have been in the dressing room with a 1-0 victory. Inning every lead. On the mound, into the set. The one-strike pitch, swing and a foul off the shins of Rader, the catcher. So, Booth is now 0-2 to the hitter. Cubs have 1 run, 6 hits. Atlanta 1 run, 6 hits. Royster, young second baseman of the Braves, steps in the batter's box. Ruth rubbing up that baseball. Now gets set. Looks back at Taney at second base. And here's the pitch on its way. Swinging a ground ball down the third base line. It's foul as it goes under on the Bears' glove. Don't need any of those, but that was in foul territory. Fortunately for the Cubs. Had a bit in fair territory. Bears could have made the play. 2 out. A runner at second. Thus far, Suter has not wasted this pitch. He's got the count of 0-2 on Royster. The stretch. The kick. The pitch. Swing and a foul back onto the net. The count remains 0-2. He tried to sneak a fastball past the hitter that time. Royster straight away. He has a set stance. Now he's set. Here's the pitch. Low, taken by Royster. Ball 1, strike 2. Cubs deep in all infield positions. The 1-2 pitch by Suter. Swing and a cap foul. Back to home plate. The count is 1-2. Single to right after 1 out. And Nolan then grounded to Buckner at first. Buckner cuts first. It's too late to get Taney. Now, here's the 1-2 pitch to Royster. Knocks him down, and it's 2-2. And he had to go right on the seat of his pants to get out of the way of that one. Suter perhaps thinking that Royster was just creeping up on that plate. Just a little too far for the likings of Suter. 2-2, 2 out. Taney at second. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Royster takes outside and low, ball 3. Bonnell, the left fielder now, due up next. Full count, 3-2 on Royster. The pitch on its way. Popped up over the third baseman's head. Tavares is there. Backs up a few steps. He gloves it for the out. So Suter and the Cubs out of the 10th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base. So now the Cubs come to bat. In the bottom of the 10th inning, they will send Tavares, Rader, and perhaps a pinch hitter for Suter. The score, Cubs 1, Atlanta 1.
The first and Bob Adams service. General Finance has a professional experience and a particular plan for your particular needs. There are 70 General Finance Chicago area offices. Call friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $10,000. Call Andover 32020. Also an office in Joliet.
We have a new pitcher for Atlanta, Easterly, with a 5.3 earned run average. He's won 1, lost 2. This is his 12th game. He has started 3 games. He has 1 save to his credit. He's pitched 26 and 2/3 innings, allowed 36 hits, 18 runs. He's walked 12 and he's struck out 15, and he's allowed 1 home run to be hit. He will face Tavares, who's batting right-handed, and then Rader and Suter due up. Third in this inning, the 10th. A 1-1 ball game. He's and here's the first pitch to Oliveras. Fastball low, ball one. Here's the ball one pitch. Swing and a foul back into the stand. 1-1 to count. Oliveras is struck out, grounded out to the third baseman, singled in the seventh off of Hanna. This is his fourth time at bat. Easterly is ready. Here's the 1-1 pitch. High, ball two. We have action in both bullpens. Moore warming up for the Cubs. The pitch to Oliveras. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Campbell, a right-hander, throwing for the Braves. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss as Easterly fired the ball past Oliveras. You don't do that very often. Oliveras strikes out. Easterly coming in, striking out the first man in his face. Now here's Rader. Infield hit in the second inning. The score trio with the Cubs' only run thus far. Then he slide out to center and his slide out to left. He's batting left-handed against Easterly, the southpaw. Ground ball to the third baseman, guarding the line at third. And fortunately, Gilbreth was guarding that line, even though Rader was a left-handed hitter. And here comes Dave Kingman to bat for Suter. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
And this is WGN Radio, Chicago.
Well, Herman Frank saying, let's go home with one swing of the bat. Dave Kingman will bat for Suter. Kingman is batting .231, 9 home runs, 27 RBIs. He may remain in the ballgame, but we'll wait and see. He may hit one out, too. Johnny Moore warming up in the Cubs bullpen. Kingman levels the dirt in front of the batter's box. Takes a couple of practice swings. Now we're all set to go. A 1-1 ball game. 2 out. Bottom of the 10th inning. Easterly is ready. Here's the first pitch to Kingman on its way. He takes high, ball one. It was a slider. Third baseman Gilbreth guarding the line. Cheney, the shortstop, in the hole left. Short. Here's the pitch on its way. There's a high pitch over his head. Ball two. No strike. Center fielder Office in left center. Matthews playing in right center for Kingman. Ball two. No strike. The pitch. Low, ball three. Being very careful with Kingman. And he'll be given the green light on this pitch. If it's to his liking, let's put it on Wayland Avenue. Or in the basket. Either place, doesn't make any difference. Going into fair territory. Here's the 3-0 pitch. He could not check his swing. He goes halfway around, and it's called a strike. That might be a break for the Cubs. 3-1 now. The count on Kingman, so he gets another shot. Easterly in relief of Hanna. Here's the 3-1 pitch on the way. Slider, and he swings and misses. He's got another shot. It's 3-2. That was a breaking pitch low. 3-2, 2 out. 10th inning. The 3-2 pitch by Easterly. Curveball swing, a line drive down left field line. Curving foul over the Cubs bullpen. A line drive foul down the left field line. And Easterly got that ball around the belt where he didn't want it. So the count remains 3-2. Kokorova gives out the side. The 3-2 pitch on its way. Fastball high, outside, ball 4. Easterly made sure that fastball was outside, far outside and high. Kingman on first, to Jesus to hit it. And the Jesus has had the hot bat in the 3-game series at Montreal. Kingman at first base with 2 outs. Thus far this year, Kingman has 1 stolen base. He's been thrown out twice. The stretch, the pitch. Ball outside the trio. Here's where one of the Cubs' patented triples would come in very handy. Cubs have had 11 triples in the last 13 games. The pitch, let up. Ball 2 outside to the Jesus. He looks down on Malfitano to see if he can go after this one. 2 outs, Kingman on first. Cubs 1, Atlanta 1. Easterly, ball 2, no strike pitch, right down the middle. Strike call. He was taken trying to move that winning run to second base. 2-1 to count now. Gross to up next. Here's the 2-1 pitch by Easterly. There goes Kingman. High outside. Kokorova's throw is inside, but the tag by Cheney is in time to retire Kingman. Kingman is thrown out on the attempted steal. Kokorova to Cheney. So we'll go into the 11th inning. Well, in the 10th inning for the Cubs, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. At the end of 10, Cubs 1, Atlanta Braves 1.
The best place to shop for a Father's Day gift for Dad is where he shops for himself, at a nearby True Value hardware store. Hi, Pat Summerall to suggest you help Dad make his workshop more complete and more efficient with Master Mechanic hand tools and accessories. For example, get him the 49-piece Master Mechanic socket set for just $49.99, featuring the popular sizes he needs to handle most home and auto repairs. Or choose the Master Mechanic 6-piece auto tune-up tool kit for just $14.50 to help him change spark plugs, adjust spark plug gaps, and more. And True Value hardware stores also offer the Master Mechanic 19-inch hip roof toolbox for just $8.99 to help him keep tools and parts organized. It features a fitted tote tray, and the extra capacity hip roof provides greater storage space. Get Master Mechanic tools and accessories exclusively at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers. True Value, more than just a name, it's our way of doing business.
Donnie Moore, the new Cub pitcher, Dave Kingman, has gone into the clubhouse. And now we have Bittner, Gross, Mercer in the outfield, Moore and Rader the battery, with Buckner at first, Trio, De Jesus, and Olivares comprising the Cub infield as we move into the 11th inning. Their run, a homer, leading off the third off the bat of Rod Gilbreth. And the Cubs run coming way back in the second inning on a double by Trio. With 2 out, a wild pitch, he got to third, and Rader brought him in with an infield single. That's been the Cubs scoring. Moore in the windup of the right-handers. First pitch, bunted down the third baseline, fouled by Barry Bunnell. Right-hander. So Suter worked 3 strong innings, gave up a hit, struck out 1, walked 1. Roberts in 7 innings, only 5 hits, including that homer, walked 4, didn't strike out anybody. 1 run. Down he delivers, and Bunnell takes it low, fastball. 1-1 on him. Moore has been in more ball games than any other Cub pitcher this year. This is his 23rd appearance. His earned run average just a shade over 4. The right-hander's pitch. Bunnell swings, hits one, soft liner to Trio. Moore came in and jammed him with that one. Along with 2 victories and 1 loss, Moore has 4 saves. Suter has 6. Nobody else in the Cubs staff has any. 1 away.
is Gary Matthews. Been on twice on walk. Is 0 for 2. Right-hander takes a good fastball for a strike. Once more, left-hander Willie Hernandez gets up in the Cub bullpen. Roland Office in the on-deck circle. Burroughs was lifted for Office as a pinch runner. 0-1 delivered. Misses inside at the knees, and the count goes to 1-1 on Matthews. Johnny gets the sign. The right-hander winds. Here's the pitch. Dancing with Evans. Bouncing ball right past Johnny. Just missed getting his hand on it. As a matter of fact, it flicked his pitching hand. Shaking it. And the ball winds up a single into center field. Freezing blow off his hand. Once more, Atlanta puts the potential go-ahead run on first base. There's one away. And here is Roland Office, who came on to run in that ninth inning for Burroughs. And then he was caught stealing. Left-handed batter. Hitting .239 with a couple of homers and 5 runs batted in. Takes the first pitch and it breaks into the dirt. Ball 1. A right-hander. Young Dale Murphy due up next, and Buckner calls time. Climbs up on the hill to talk to Johnny. Both teams trying to get tough to get home plate today. Now in the stretch, here's the delivery. Pick, swing and a miss. He went all the way around, trying to give it a ride out of here. Johnny just 24 years of age. Made 1 start last year. After they brought him up, he was in relief 26 times. Fastball, right-hander misses low. Ball 2, strike 1. Base. Matthews back in plenty of time. Another throw. And Buckner putting the tag on him, but he is already standing on the bag. Matthews beeping a little bit to plate umpire, or first base umpire Joe West on the move. Doesn't go. The pitch taken, and it misses. Ball 3. Throw to first base. Matthews back in plenty of time. Another throw. And Buckner putting the tag on him, but he is already standing on the bag. Matthews beeping a little bit to plate umpire, or first base umpire Joe West on the move. Doesn't go. The pitch taken, and it misses. Ball 3. Strike 1. And Paul Russell is going to join Hernandez now in the Cub bullpen. He appeared in 2 of the games against Atlanta down there. Let it go. 3-1 pitch swung out. 1 hopper down to Buckner. And on the 3-1. With the runner going, they have no shot at Matthews at all. There are 2 gone, and they again have a runner in scoring position, and the batter is going to be Dale Murphy, the rookie. Strike out a lot. He can also hit with some power. He showed that in the minors. He has just 2 home runs so far this year in his rookie year in the majors. Runner in scoring position. 2 gone. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung out. He curls one down the right field line. It's going foul out of play. Picked up a save down in Atlanta. The ball game, which the Cubs won in 10 innings, 4-3. They had no decision in the other one, which the Cubs won 7-5, and that was the game Cleo won. The big triple. The look at second, strike 1 pitch, and Murphy takes at the ball. Ball big kid. Stretch by Moore. And a breaking ball is too low, and he wouldn't chase it. Ball 2, strike 1. Atlanta with 7 hits. The Cubs with 6. And our ball game is in the 11th inning. 2 out, runner at second, and a 2-1 delivery. Swung on. Hard ground ball to Jesus. Takes a high hop. He spears it, throws to Buckner. The side is retired. Good reactions by Ivan down there at shortstop. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. And the Cubs come to bat at the bottom of inning number 11 at Wrigley Field. Still tied 1-1.
Pure brewed in God's country. G. Harleman Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
We have the top of the Cub batting order here in the bottom of inning number 11. Dave Chopper Campbell and a young man they just brought up this last week, a left-hander, Craig Stoke, S-K-O-K, going in their bullpen.
Step back, the southpaw is first pitch in the down. He's going to take the step.
Here's the windup. To the right fielder, Matthews came in, stopped, and he made the pitch just almost in a kneeling position. Easterly steps back. The southpaw's first pitch, and Ivan is going to take the strike. Fastball. Easterly is ready. Here's the windup. Takes the ball in too close. It's about at the knees. Ball 1, strike 1. Here's the windup and the 1-1 delivery. Swung on, and a drive to the right fielder. Matthews came in, stopped, and he made the catch just almost in a kneeling position out there as that ball started to sink on him. Cut it off to one side. Now Greg Gross, the batter, looking for his first hit of the day. Against the right-hander, Preston Hanna, who slid to right, a couple of times slide to left, and he grounded into a double play. Buckner in the on-deck circle. Easterly in the windup. Greg takes the fastball is in too close. Cubs with only a half a dozen hits. Windup 1-0 delivery. Misses outside to the fastball. Easterly only about 5'9", 170. 2-0 delivery. Tried to put a little too much on it, and he missed low. Ball 3. Murphy is only about 3 feet inside the line at first base. Royster is still shaded over towards second. 3-0 pitch. He'll take. Ball 4 outside. Gross carrying the winning run. Knocks down to first base, and Buckner will be the batter. 1 out. Buckner 1 for 4 so far today. An infield single his first time at bat. After that, he grounded out 3 times against Hanna. Second walk issued by Easterly. Jamie's pitch. Buckner swings, and he ripped one foul down the first base line. And foul only by Yankee. Wound up in the Amada bullpen. Another left-hander pitcher due up next. Cubs trying for their 25th win of the year. Here's the pitch. Goes after it. Hits a high foul, and the wind is going to push it well back into the box seats on the first base side. 0-2 on Buckner. It's probably as tough a strike 2 hitter as there is in baseball. Starting the day with a .320 batting average. Easterly ready. Gets the runner at first. Left-hander pitch. Fastball outside at the letters. 1-2. inside. He tucks the ball on his left hip. Now the pitcher's ready. Here's the delivery. Swung on. A drive down the left field line. Call. Still ball one. Strike two on Buckner. Gotten out of the batter's box for a while. Still hasn't settled back in there. Excellent bat control. The look at first base. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and he fouled it. That pitch was up and in on him, and he got just enough of it to foul it out of the mitt of Pocoroba. And Gross walking back to first base with the count of still 1-2. Pitchers' battles going on today, and now the decision lies in the bullpens of both ball clubs. Again, Easterly delivers, and Buckner swings, and a drive in the right center field. It's going to be in there for a base hit, I believe. Diving attempt made by the center fielder Lawson. Here comes Gross to third, and he'll be held up. A single by Buckner into right center field, and Roland Office can be fortunate that ball did not get by him, Lou, as he dove for it.
He made a great attempt, and as you say, he blocked the ball. It looked as if it might get beyond him and in between those two outfielders, and only the speed of Office held Gross to third base. But now, the runners on first and third. Let's see how Cox plays this, whether he pitches to Bittner or wants to put Bittner on to load up the bases and pitch to Mercer with the bases loaded and one out.
Out there for a quick conference. That is the first Cub base hit since Taveras got a single with one out back in the seventh inning. The hits now are tied at 7 apiece. The ball game is tied at 1-1, but maybe not for long. But have a pinch runner. Rudy Mioli will run for Buckner at first base. Back in action after being held out up at Montreal with a sprained muscle in the leg. And Larry Bittner with a chance to win the ball game. A single back in the sixth inning was forced by Mercer's ground ball. And Bittner 1 for 4 today. Started in left field, and that's where he has still been stationed. To Jamie Easterly with one out in a tied-up ball game. As his work cut out for him, that infield in a few steps, they would still like to get the double play. They're not in all the way. That's the pitch. Too high. Ball one. They may be just sitting around him. Mercer in the on-deck circle. Gross the winning run at third. Mioli the pinch runner at first, and Easterly getting his side. Southpaw is ready. Here's the pitch. Bittner takes it outside. Ball 2. High with the first one. Away at knee high with the last one. Up in front of that Cub emblem. That is in the on-deck area.
Well, Bittner wouldn't go after the first two bad pitches, so they're going to put it on.
Mercer got that donut off the end of the bat. Gets set to step in, and let's see if he can assume the hero's battle here in the 11th inning. The bases are loaded. Came out yesterday for extra batting practice. So far today, it's line to center. Grounded to the first baseman. Reached on a fielder's choice, then was caught stealing, and flied out to right field. So he started the day with a lowly .239 batting average, and he is 0 for 4. And about the tunnel, calling him up the line. What do you think he's telling him right here?
Well, he's just telling him to be sure he gets a strike. He don't want to go after any bad pitches. to pop it up. If Mercer just takes his time and gets a strike, he can drive the ball to the outfield. That's all they're looking for. The outfield, of course, has come way, way in because any ball hit with any reasonable authority would bring in the winning run anyway. And the infield now in with the bases jammed, tied at 1. And Easterby in a real jam. Kicks, delivers, Mercer swings at a fastball. He got under it and fouled it back out of play. Just missed getting enough wood on that one to end the ball game. Steady, that's a crowded infield. Easterby ready. Here's the pitch. Mercer takes it, the ball too low. Trying to get him to hit that one into the dirt, of course. He wants one up in the air. Ball 1, strike 1. Bobby levels the bat. Now cocks it. Here's the stretch. The pitch swung on. Lining drive caught by the shortstop. Darrell Cheney on the edge of the infield grass, but absolutely tremendous reaction. Dove and caught that hard hit liner, and there are 2 away. Well, Bobby will never hit a ball any harder than that. And Cub fans giving Cheney a round of applause. There was a game saver thus far in this ball game. A tremendous play by Cheney. You know, Lou, I think if they'd been back, we'll say, halfway or back at normal depth, that ball would have been on the rise, and he never would have been able to get to it. Any place but where he was, he'd have never gotten to the ball. And he had to dive to make the catch. Ball was just starting to rise. So the bases are still loaded, and Dave Copper Campbell, a right-hander, is now coming on to face Manny Trio. Game is still tied at 1-1. Let's take time out for this pitching. Campbell, a record of 2-1 and a very high earned run average of over 5. Big right-hander and Manny Trio. Double, a triple today, 2 for 4. Bases loaded, 2 out, first pitch. Right-hander delivers high fastball. Up 1-0 delivery. That's a little low. Ball 2. And Copper Campbell digging a hole. The outfield back at normal depth. And the infield back. 2 gone in the bottom of the 11th. Great opportunity for the Cubs to win this first game of the homestand. 2 gone. Here's the windup, the pitch, and Trio. Waits, and he misses. What a cut he took at a fastball. 2-1. 3 times this year, Trio has driven in the winning run for the Cubs. Let's see if he can make it 4 right here. 2-1 delivery. Swung on, fouled it down the right field line, out of play. And the count goes to 2-2 with 2 out. Rose, who drew a walk with 1 out in the 11th inning over his third. Miole running for Buckner, who singled, is out at second. Bittner with an intentional walk on his first. 2 gone. Here's the windup, 2-2 pitch. Trio slaps a foul ball. Went after the fastball again, protecting the plate. Off to the right side. Campbell's 15th appearance of the year. Atlanta 1 and the Cubs 1. Each team with 7 hits, 2-2 delivery. Swung on.